This is the Kingdom Mindset YouTube channel. This is the third video of a 7-video series titled is the Pre-Tribulation Rapture, a Chemical Balance or a Chemical Imbalance. Let's go to a definition real quick. Homeostasis. Homeostasis is quite crucial for the survival of an organism. It is often seen as a resistance to changes in the external environment. Furthermore, homeostasis is a self-regulating process that regulates internal variables necessary to sustain life. Perfect scriptures in the Bible that you really get a picture of homeostasis. Now, before you get freaked out, let me explain it. I'm not adding anything to the word homeostasis. All it means, let's just make it simple. Internal stability. And as Christians, we know true internal stability is from Jesus and Jesus alone. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jesus is the true internal stability. All right. So let's read these scriptures, Matthew 14:28-33. Let's define fight or flight. The fight or flight response is a physiological reaction which the body prepares, Matthew 25, for physical confrontation, post-trib rapture, or to escape from danger, pre-trib rapture. The body's fight or flight response is activated when there is a perceived threat, like someone trying to take away your possessions. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, your brain releases adrenaline and other hormones that make you feel more alert. This takes place in the brain called the amygdala. Threat. Threat is an indication or warning of probable trouble or of being at risk for something terrible. You remember this chart here? This chart, we already defined homeostasis. Now it's time to define receptor, effector, and control center. The receptor, as the name suggests, the receptor is the sensing component responsible for monitoring and responding to changes in the external or internal environment. The control center. The control center is also known as the integration center. It receives and processes information from the receptor. The effector. The effector responds to the commands of the control center. It can either oppose or enhance the stimulus. There are times when we are bigger, stronger, and faster, and we fight anyways. This is called an amygdala hijack. Amygdala hijack can activate a person's fight or flight response as a reaction to a real or a perceived threat of danger. Amygdala hijack describes the perhaps unnecessary triggering of this response and the actions that follow it. Now, we're going to talk about two different types of threats when we flight from a situation. One, we are bigger, stronger, and faster than the threat. Number two, the threat is bigger, stronger, faster than us. Now, what do I mean by bigger, stronger, faster? It's more kind of figurative than literal, but like you have a spider and you have a bear. Arachnophobia, we're scared of the spider, we're bigger, stronger, faster than the spider, and we flight from it anyways. Or what about the bear? The bear is bigger, stronger, and faster than us, and we flight from that as well. And so those are kind of two types of threats I'm talking about, at least in this context. In the natural, there is nothing in our power to overcome the threat when it's bigger, stronger, faster than us. For example, you can prepare food, money, resources, and still be unprepared for the Great Tribulation. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being naturally prepared for what is to come, because in Proverbs 6:6-8, it talks about an ant storing or preparing its provisions in summer and gathers its food for harvest. However, the rich man in Luke 12:16-21 stored up many possessions and died. The point is that we need a balanced and proportional response to fight or flight for preparation. In my opinion, Running from a bear is just as deadly as believing in the what? I'm going to say it. I know you guys are not going to like it, but as deadly as believing in the pre-tribulation rapture, because you're not preparing for physical confrontation. For you to stand a chance against a bear chasing you in the woods, you have to know what to do when it happens. Your instinct is to run. That's the worst thing you can do. In addition to that, we must replay the event in our minds so that it can trigger an emergency response, which we will talk about later in this video series. God bless you. Jesus is on the throne. He's bigger, stronger, faster than the Great Tribulation. See you next video.